Hey there, Paul Crowley here. Intro to Zydeco 3-row accordion. So, Paul, why did you decide to do this? Well, if you're like me and you have enjoyed Beaujacques and Chris Ardoin, Keith Frank, just to name a few, and that music that comes from the Creole, Southwest Louisiana culture, it's awesome. It's so danceable. It's got so many different musical influences. But this thing is like a mysterious beast. You pick this up and you want to play that music, and where to begin on the 3-row. I couldn't find anything that boiled it down enough to get me started. So I had a lot of uphill struggles. And so I'm hoping maybe I found a few things that might help somebody else get started. And I'll show you some things that I've unlocked. I'm by no means an expert player. And some things that I found that work for me, and try to keep it interesting and maybe play a little tune every episode and see how that works out. So this is a 3-row GCF. It's kind of a Gabinelli style accordion. This one's made in China. It's nothing too fabulous, but it certainly will suffice for learning. So basically what this 3-row diatonic means in GCF means I've got a G scale on this row here, farthest from the bellows. I've got a C scale on the middle row, and an F scale on the row closest to the bellows. And for all intents and purposes, at this point, those are the only notes that we have. There are some exceptions that will come up and some things that we can do later on to access some of the missing notes. However, so for example, on the 3rd button here, let's just start on the C row. C is a great key to discuss, no sharps or flats. Push on the 3rd button. That's my C. So C, D is a pull on the same button. Next button, E on the push. F on the pull. Next button, G on the push. A on the pull. Last button, B on the pull. So, nice thing about this and the way they designed it is it's a C chord anywhere you push it. C, E, G. So you know on your G row you can get a G chord anywhere. F, same thing, F row. So one of the things we do, so being diatonic and being limited in notes, is on the C row we can play in the key of G, a cross key. It's something a harmonica player would do. And what that gives us is if you have a G scale, which we do here, your 7th scale degree would be F sharp. In this case on the C row it makes it an F, which gives us that flat 7. It's a blues sounding, dominant sounding chord. So knowing that this is my C scale, I'll find G. Now that's going to be my home note, so my first finger on the G on the push. And then these 4 fingers in a row gives me an octave between my 1 and 4. And a very common riff when on the pull is 1 here and 2 and 3. So you got this accordion has a G right here. Also, you can let some air in if you're trying to move the bellows without making a sound. So a very common riff is this. So the push is the G. You can shift right there. Now it sounds like we know what we're doing already. But what of of the flat 7, Paul, that you mentioned and just totally got distracted. Well, that's still within this 4-finger position. So a pull on my 3 and 4 fingers brings that into play. And then without moving fingers, I've got... That was all just pushing and pulling. And then this thing we just learned. I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm gonna take you away downtown. I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm gonna take you away downtown. So that's just an intro. That's a little bit of G off the C row. You can get more in depth later on. Happy to welcome your comments and hope you can do it too. Thanks a lot. Have a great one.